Hi, welcome to Hard Reset. I'm Rob.
I'm Steph.
And this is Pat May. Say hi.
Hi.
This is episode 1 of our vlog across the United States of living in an RV and traveling for at least a year, hopefully. So how did we get here? Several years ago, I worked as a chef, and Stephanie was a factory worker.
I'm a factory worker, so we were working a lot of hours, both of us, especially. He was working a lot of hours per day. I was working a lot of days. So regular hours, but lots of days, a lot of 7 days a week where I was at. So we were missing out a lot of time together.
And we laughed one night and said, wouldn't it be cool if we just sold everything we owned, sold the house we bought, sold all of our possessions, bought an RV, and just traveled. We thought it was kind of funny,
Yeah, we just laughed about it a lot, and we were like, yeah, right, that'll never happen. We can't just do that, and we've got to work and blah blah blah. And but as the years went on,
we have a toddler.
As the years went on, we just got more stressed and thought, maybe we should. We started realizing that we had everything. We had everything we had wanted. We had a house. We both had the cars we wanted. I had a truck and he had his sports car he wanted, and we had everything, but we weren't happy. We were just day in and day out, work, so we really started actually legitly thinking about it. So we started watching YouTube videos and looking kind of at the prices of RVs, and we did that for a long time.
A long time. We had a lot of certain things we wanted with an RV. I preferred a diesel. It wasn't necessarily a game changer, but I thought it would be more reliable if we were going to travel. Same with a washer and dryer. We didn't need it, but man, would it be nice to actually have one.
Yeah. But then once we started looking, we realized how expensive they were. And really it came down to, we're kind of stuck with what we get. But when we found this one, we actually got really lucky because it was actually a couple houses down from where we were on Facebook. And it was a really good price, and it had everything that we wanted in it, which was really great. So it had a washer dryer, and it was big enough. It was the diesel which he wanted. We had changed our mind about getting a 40-foot. We wanted to go a little smaller, but the price was right on this one, so we snagged it up. Had a nice big shower, which was a big plus because, we're not small people. So I enjoy the big shower.
The RV is a 1998 Fleetwood American Eagle. It's a 40-foot diesel pusher. It has one slide out. It is a 21-year-old RV, so it definitely has what you would call character. There's a few dents and dings. Not everything is perfect, but it's been great for what we needed so far, and hopefully it will get us through the entire trip. I'm sure there'll be problems along the way, but it's all part of the adventure. It's better than working.
Yeah. So what got us into actually moving on, actually buying an RV, okay, let's do it,
kicking it into high gear,
was that we had tried to conceive for 8 years before we got our daughter, and that's including 2 years of fertility treatments. Ended up doing IVF twice before we finally got her. So once I got her, I was just like, I can't go back to work and work 7 days. I can't do it. I want to spend time with her. So that's when we really just kicked into high gear. We're like, we've got to get this. We've got to go. We can't, I'm not missing out on, what might be my only child, growing up. And it still took a long time. So we actually wanted to leave when she was 6 months old. but now she's 4. In 4 months she'll be 2. So it actually took a very long time, longer than expected. I mean, it takes a long time when you live in a house to downsize, and we still we're lucky that my parents are letting us keep all of our things at their house, or we would have had to downsize a lot more.
Yeah, we definitely have some stuff stored at their house. It's not a ton. Most of what we own is in the RV, but we did have some things that we just couldn't let go of, some larger furniture pieces, and her mom has been
Very generous,
more than gracious. I couldn't thank her enough. Also, during the time that we were still working full time, trying to sell all of our stuff, Steph's mom was watching Padme just about every single day, besides the occasional days that we had off, or I would go get her at night. I would see her for maybe 2 hours at night, and Steph would see her maybe 2 hours in the morning. Other than that, we saw her on our days off, if we had them, and that was about it. You know, being a chef, you work holidays, you work weekends, and we tried so long to have her, and we were just afraid of missing everything, and we just felt like every moment we just didn't want to miss it. We wanted to see her first everything, and this has given us the opportunity to do that. So we put our house up for sale finally after selling all our things, and it was on the market for 2 days, and it was under contract. So we thought we need to get out. Yeah, awesome.
We were excited. That was unbelievable. We were like, great, this is going great.
So we hustled and got everything moved out and moved into the RV. About, what did we say, a month, 2 months? A month later?
It was a month later.
The deal fell through. The buyers said that the interest rate wasn't as promised, and they had a couple small issues with the house, which weren't really too big of issues. And we were already living in the RV. Well, it did make it easy because we could clean the house one time really good and not worry about cleaning it again while it was back on the market. But that took it off the market for a good almost 2 months. And then we waited.
Yeah. We had to wait for a couple more months, and then somebody else finally snagged it. So we moved in here in August, and our house sold the end of December. So we got the money at the beginning of January, and then we could really go forward because now we had money to pay all our bills off and get everything settled so that we could leave our jobs. And that took a while too, because with him being a chef, it's really hard for him to just leave. So I could, leave whenever, but he had to train someone, so he gave a 6-week notice where I just gave a 2-week notice, and we didn't even do that until like a month in. So today is the day. Are you excited? Today is Mommy's last day of work, and then I will be home with you. Yes, my last day of work. The last day that I have to put on this uniform and my steel-toe shoes and pack my lunch and my hat and everything, huh? Then I get to stay home with Padme, who's enjoying herself on camera. So that'll be exciting. It is a little sad though, because I have coworkers I've worked with for about almost 9 years. So it'll be my last day with them. Be telling them all bye. So it's gonna be hard. I'll try not to cry today, but it'll be worth it to spend time with this cutie. Right, cutie? Got off work for the last time. I did pretty good. I didn't cry. I almost did. I'm trying not to think about it because I know I probably will cry when I think about it. So, last night of work, last time coming out of this parking lot. So, all my work stuff's turned in. I just have to go home, empty my lunchbox and throw it away, and everything's taken care of. So let's get out of here.
Well, that's it. My last day at work. Mixed feelings. Excited, scared, sad. I'll really miss the people I worked with. And, looking forward to this adventure. This was the last step. I'm not sure if I want to work with food anymore, and I'm going to spend the next year figuring out what I want to do. No more late nights, no more weekends, no more working holidays, no more 14-hour shifts or trying to find a dry towel somewhere. So, yeah, it's gonna be great. See you later, Country Club. Let's go home. So now it's getting close to the end of March. And you may ask yourself, well, that's been 8 months. What has taken so long? Well, we both did leave our jobs back in February, but this has been the wettest year I've ever seen in Virginia, ever.
Yeah, it's like a record. And we were parked in my mother's yard, which again, thank you, Mom, for letting us stay there. That saved us a lot of money in fees of staying somewhere. She let us install a 50 amp plug and didn't charge us a dime to stay there in her yard. So that's great. But the downside was we were in the yard, so we were stuck in mud. It was just a swamp all around us. So it took a long time. It's just now is when we could finally get out. And if we hadn't have, we'd still be stuck there because it's still raining.
We did eventually our black tanks filled up, and we ran out of propane for heat, and we had to move the RV. So we went for it, and we learned a big lesson. An RV stuck in the mud is no fun. It took a lot of work, a lot of digging, a lot of gravel to get it out, and we finally did. And then when we got it back and we parked it, we said, we're not moving again until we're ready, and hopefully it'll dry out. I found a way to hook up a portable propane tank to the RV to keep us warm during the winter, and we used the bathroom over at Stephanie's mom's house. Again, can't thank her enough for everything she's done. So the time came, we had left our jobs, we have the funds, we have the money, and it just keeps raining and raining. I mean, I don't think 2 days went by without some sort of rain. And normally where we were parked at would be a perfectly dry area on a hill, but everywhere around that hill was just flooded and soaked. It was ridiculous. So the time came, we had 4 days without rain. That's it, 4 days. 2 of those days were below freezing all day. The other 2 were sunny. Thanks, Virginia. And we just said, you know what, we're just gonna go for it. We made it out. So we're on a gravel road. We got all through the yard over there. Let's see if I can show you here. So we're over here on the road, and we just laid one board in front of the other. We took out this fence right here and pulled out of where we've been parked. Got a lot of cleanup to do where it was, but we're out. We're on dry ground, and we get to a campground tonight. It took almost.
It took an hour.
It took an hour.
Which is a lot shorter than like the 7 hours it took us to dig out. So it took a little while. It was hard to move those big boards repeatedly, but it was better in the long run.
So we finally made it, and now we're at a campsite here, and we're staging to leave. We still have a few loose ends to tie up. We still have to get the RV serviced and get brand new tires put on it. But after that, we're going to be ready to hit the road. And first stop is Virginia Beach to visit my family for a week, maybe 2. Who knows? That's the whole point of this. No plan is the plan. We can go wherever we want, do whatever we want to do, as long as it's affordable.
Hopefully we can find a lot of free things to do.
So that's it for episode 1. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more of our content as we make it. We're going to try and update you as much as we can. Obviously, it depends on our internet connection. Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so hit the like, subscribe. If you want to just see how it goes for us, how things turn out, and what it's like to just sell your house, quit your job, and just go. Because the money we have, we don't have jobs, so the money we have is the house from selling all of our things in our house. That's what we have. That's the money we have to go with.
So again, that's episode 1. Like, subscribe, and hopefully we'll have another episode for you next week. See you out there.